Hey everybody, how's it going today? Ian back here with you, Entertainment Examiner. Hey, I'm going to be reviewing the new movie Hellboy that came out this weekend in theaters. This is a reboot of the series, and is not any way uh, in relation to the Del Toro movies that came out in 2004 and 2008, which I have right here. This is a Blu-ray of Hellboy, and it came with Hellboy 2 on DVD too, so thought I would show that off. This stars David Harbour instead of Ron Perlman as the title character of Hellboy, and he of course works for the this bureau that defeats supernatural demons that come to Earth, and it's very much led by his father, played here by Ian McShane. Now, in the beginning of the movie, we are taken back, way back in time, to the medieval times where King Arthur and Merlin are there, interestingly, and they kill this evil queen played by Milla Jovovich, and they split her body up into different pieces and put it in different chests and take it throughout the country of England and bury it. Well, this is like 1500 or so years later. We have the Hellboy story, and I like David Harbour well enough as Hellboy. You would know him from Stranger Things as the sheriff, of course. I felt like throughout the whole movie he's kind of like a man-child, like he never quite grew up. But I thought the movie was going to be more like him being witty and funny, and while there were attempts at humor, it wasn't. I didn't think funny humor at all. It was just kind of like a chuckle, maybe. But it was just kind of him and Daniel Day Kim's character, who he transforms into a creature, and then this young girl named Alice that he knows from a long time ago, who has psychic powers and this strange ability to summon the dead in a really kind of creepy way. So the queen's body is then taken back by this pig-like creature that Hellboy knew a long time ago, and she's put back together to, take out the entire world, as they do in these movies. This is directed by Neil Marshall, who made a great movie called The Descent, and directed some great episodes of Game of Thrones. So I was like, okay, so this might be interesting. And as much as I wanted to see a Del Toro third movie, it's been a long time and it just hasn't happened. So I was like, okay, well maybe this will be good. And they rated it R this time, so I thought, well, Hellboy, more of an R rating, they've been doing that lately with movies, pushing that R rating, Deadpool and whatnot, so... unfortunately, this movie really fell flat for me in many ways. I read it was more of an audiences liked it and critics didn't like it picture, so I kind of went into it thinking that maybe it's not as bad as some say it is. It's pretty bad. There's the best scene in the movie is where Hellboy has to defeat these three huge giants, and that's a fun sequence. And the rest of the movie, even when the queen comes back, it's not that great. And all the dialogue's horrible. It really is. Like, halfway through the movie, I'm like, gee, this dialogue's bad. There's just so much of it. It's like 25 people had different ideas for movies, and they just put them all into this 2-hour movie, and nobody kind of went through the script saying, maybe we packed too much in there. That's what it felt like, because there's scenes that are really dark, and then scenes that are really kind of light and playful, and then you got there's a lot of gore, and usually that, if it fits the story, it doesn't bother me, but it seemed like that this movie was rated R just so they could say a ton of bad language and have a ton of gore. And usually, as I said, that doesn't bother me, but it seemed like they were just doing it to see if they could get away with it. It actually made the movie kind of not really watchable at times. So overall, the movie I think is pretty forgettable. There's not much memorable about this Hellboy movie. It kind of does set itself up for a sequel at the end. Whether that's going to happen, I don't know. In terms of attendance, there wasn't many people at the theater when I went and saw it today, so I'm not sure what that'll do for box office appeal. And critics really hate it, and I have to join in and saying I'd rather you guys wait until Del Toro makes a third one of these with Ron Perlman, because I'm sorry, but Ron Perlman's such a great actor, and he was such an awesome Hellboy. And David Harbour, as fine as he is, he just, I don't know. There's a lot of people praising him, and I think he's fine. I didn't find him to be good or bad. He's better at times than others. Ian McShane is his usual fine self. But when they started putting like Merlin and King Arthur and Excalibur in there, I just went, geez, where is this movie going? It didn't have a clear path. I thought like the main plot with the Queen and them bringing her back and putting her back together again and her wreaking havoc was a really cool plot. Like, they could have stuck that out the whole way. Even the end of the movie, where it's just the three of them, Hellboy, Alice, and Daniel Day Kim's character, like, fighting it out, was actually more entertaining to me than the whole 2-hour movie I just sat through. So, I mean, I just missed a lot of what Del Toro brought to these two movies. I missed his casting with Ron Perlman and Doug Jones, and I missed, they're just... I tried to see this movie for what it was, but there was just so much bad about it. It just, I don't know. It's just not very memorable to me anyway. But let me know your guys' comments down below. What do you think? I'm giving it like a C-, C minus, a 2 out of 4. Just not a good movie. Sorry. Just, But again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. That's my review. That's my grade. Stick with the Del Toro movies. That's my ending opinion. So, anyways, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, Entertainment Examiner. I really appreciate it if you do. Follow me on YouTube. Click the bell. And anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.